So last night, I finally went to watch The Sound of Freedom. It was nuts because every single showing was sold out, and I wanted to see this movie so bad. And you guys, this is probably one of the most important films to have been ever made, and I highly recommend and I highly encourage all of you watch this movie. This movie was very heartbreaking to watch, yet it was very, very powerful. So this movie is based on the true story of Timothy Ballard, who used to work for Homeland Security, where he ran operations that would infiltrate sex trafficking rings, child pedophilia, child trafficking. And this movie is based on one of the operations that he did as an undercover agent, where he attempts to try to rescue a brother and a sister who has been who's been kidnapped, trafficked in Colombia. And I'm not going to give too much away because you're going to see it in the movie, but essentially it got to the point where Homeland Security, they could no longer support it, maybe because of budget reasons or whatnot. And so Tim builds his own thing because he refused to let these children be kidnapped and have nobody do anything for them. So this movie actually had to endure countless of battles and challenges and had to overcome so many things for 5 years before it was finally released. There's a reason why you're not seeing really any promotions about it, because there are a lot of higher powers who don't want this message to come out, because obviously child pedophilia and child trafficking and runs in really high circles. I think it's amazing what happens when people come together and they start showing their voice and backing up something that happens in our backyard. And I know that child trafficking is something that is very uncomfortable to talk about. And I hear other people say, oh yeah, I don't want to talk about it. It's too negative, or it makes me uncomfortable. But I'm like, excuse me, do you think these children had a choice of whether or not they want it to be convenienced? No, they had no choice. So who are we to sit in our comfort and turn a blind eye and pretend that this isn't happening just so that we can still stay in our secure bubble? That's not how humanity works. I think as people, we need to be able to feel uncomfortable, to acknowledge the facts and the horrors and the atrocities that are happening in this world, rather than to turn a blind eye. And if what I'm saying is making you feel uncomfortable or inconvenienced, I'm sorry, I really don't care. Because I rather inconvenience someone rather than to sit and be quiet. I think this is such a strong message, and I think that we all need to take a stance against children or human trafficking. Again, it's happening in our very backyards. The world's largest consumer of pedophilia is North America. And we're trying to turn a blind eye. So I'm so happy that this movie is out. If you guys have seen it, let me know what your thoughts are. And please be part of this awareness.